Hi guys, thank you for joining me again for some yoga. Go ahead and grab your mat, grab some blocks, grab a strap. Sammy's got the strap. So remember that this is your practice. Take this at your pace. If you've got stuff going on in your life and you can only do 5 minutes, or you only want to do 5 minutes, then do it. This is all about you. He's got my strap. All right, so we'll see you guys in class. All right, let's go ahead and sit it up. Oh, nice and tall, crown of the head. Lift towards the sky. Maybe drop the chin to chest. And then let's take our eyes to sky. And then drop chin to chest. And take eyes to sky. And then drop chin to chest. And take eyes to sky. Good, let's bring it center, drop ear to shoulder. And then other ear to shoulder. And again, each side. And then ear to shoulder. Good, bring this back to center. Maybe dropping chin to chest, and we'll take ear to shoulder, and let's do some neck half circles to begin to warm up that neck and shoulders. And then dropping chin to chest, let's bring that head up center and then rolling those shoulders out. So you can roll them back and then rolling them forward. Good. And shrugging them up to the ears and then release that down. And let's shrug that up again and release that down and shrug that up again. And release, and one more time, shrug it up and release. Good. Hands can stay on your knees or on the mat, and let's do some torso circles, circling the torso. You can even lift those legs a little bit if you want, or you can keep everything rooted. That feels really good on those hips, on the waist, on the torso, on the abs. Now let's go ahead and turn it the other way, so twisting the other way. Good, and then bring it back to center, and again, stack the vertebrae. So imagining that you're stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, tailbone is pointed down, crown of the head lifted up. Let's go ahead and inhale and sweep our arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, press this down strongly. Good, inhale and lift this up. And exhale, press. And inhale, lift. And exhale, press. And inhale, lift. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and clasp our hands behind us, open that chest. So let's look high to the sky first and think about those arms like coming down towards the floor, really opening shoulders and chest. And then we can gently drop that chin to chest. And then with our arms still back there, lift our head center, look to the right, and then look to the left, and then back to center, bending at our elbows, release those arms, and let's inhale it up, and exhale and press, and inhale and lift, and again, let's clasp our hands behind us, opening that chest, eyes are to the sky, arms are behind us, and then again, gently dropping chin to chest. Arms still stay behind, lift our head center, look to the left, and then looking to the right. And bring this back to center, bending at our elbows, but keep our hands behind us. Let's take our hands over to right waist and then take our elbow back. So we are opening up that right shoulder and chest, but we're also stretching through that left bicep, pulling that arm behind. And then let's take this and switch sides. So let's take it to the left side. Now opening left shoulder and chest. That elbow presses back towards the spine and kind of stretching through that right bicep and shoulder and neck. Good, and gently release that. Let's sweep our arms up towards the sky. Keep our left hand in front, right hand behind, and begin a nice little twist here. And then let's inhale, center, and do it on the other side as we exhale. Right hand in front. Inhale and lift. And then press this down. And again, inhale, lift. And press this down. And inhale and lift this up. Let's go ahead and drop our right hand on the mat, or you can use a block here, and reach this over. Let's keep that left glute, or thinking about keeping the left glute, left leg planted on the floor strongly so that you can get that wonderful stretch up that left side of the body all the way to that pointer finger. And then let's inhale, lift, taking it to the other side. Left hand down, reach up through that and lengthen, keeping right hip, glute, leg down onto the floor. And then lift this up. One more time each side, drop this, reach this over, but this time, think about, just like we do in our triangle, think about twisting that rib cage towards the ceiling. So now we get even more of a stretch here, beginning stretch in that hip and in those abdominals, in that torso. And then lift this up, other side, reach through that, and again, think about twisting a little bit, opening, keeping that right glute down. Good, let's inhale and lift this up, and then exhale, release. Go ahead and take our chin, we're gonna look over to the right and imagining we could take that chin all the way over shoulder. Once you get to that point, take your eyes and look back a little further over your shoulder. Left hand to right thigh, right hand right behind you, maybe mid-spine. Lift this up and a nice deep twist here. Inhaling it deeply. And exhale. And inhale it again. And exhale. And one more time, inhale it deep. As we exhale, let's bring this back to center. Good, let's look to the other side. Left chin going over, or the regular chin, your only chin, looking over your left shoulder. Eyes go back a little bit further. Let's go ahead and take that right hand to left thigh. Left hand follows the spine down to the floor and lift, and a deep twist here. We'll do 3 breaths. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. And as we exhale, let's bring this back to center. Let's sweep our arms up, and we're gonna do our forward fold, so diving forward and down. And you can have your hands in front of you, or you can use a block here if your flexibility is not letting you go there, because we want to keep the shoulders away from the ears so we get a nice long spine here so that we can hinge at our hips. So you might feel this deeply in your glutes as well. So let's bring this back up. We'll do this one more time. Sweep our arms up, dive it down and over. So taking this down, hands on the floor or the block, shoulders away and hinging at the hip. Good, and then gently release that. Very nice. Let's go ahead and lean it back, and we'll take our feet as wide as the mat, or wider, or closer, depending on where you feel comfortable today. And then let's go ahead and drop our knees from side to side. And begin to warm up lower body. Good, go ahead and keep one foot in front. And let's do a quarter turn or a full half turn and lengthen through that torso. So now we've got even a deeper twist. You can be on your hands, on your elbows, or all the way down on the floor. As you lengthen through this, think about a nice long torso. And we're making space between each of the ribs. As we lengthen through this, that spine is getting longer. And we're breathing not just into the lungs, but down deep into that low belly. So deep belly breath here. Trying to fill up the lungs, fill up the abdominals. This will help open up all those closed spaces in your torso, in your back, in your hips. Good, let's slowly press this up. Keeping ourselves in that nice zigzag, we're going to go ahead and let's twist to the, well, no, we'll do this later. So go ahead and take your feet wide, and then we will drop that from side to side once again. And we'll do that part afterwards. Good, and let's go ahead and take it to the other side. So either quarter turn or half turn, and again, lengthen on the hands, on the elbows, or all the way down. And try and do the same thing on both sides. So if you did elbows the other side, go ahead and do elbows on this side, or if you did all the way down, go ahead and try to get all the way down there. And lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through that. Breathe again deeply. Make space between each of your ribs. Lengthen through your arms, through your spine, and breathe deep down into that low belly. And let's press ourselves back up. And then bring ourselves back to center. Let's go ahead and have left leg in front on our zigzag. And we'll do our nice twist here. So as we twist, remembering to lift the glute, open up that hip, lift the inner thigh. Oh yeah, get that really good twist. And then bring this back to center. And then let's twist. And back to center. And twist. And back to center. And one more time, twisting. And back to center. Good. Lean it back. Let's switch those legs to other side. And then twist it to the right, lifting that glute, lifting that inner thigh, hip. Good. And bring this back to center. And then let's twist. And back to center. And twist. And back to center. And twist. And back to center, and one more time. Go ahead and twist it and bring this back to center. Very good. Let's come up onto all fours, and we'll move into warming up that spine, doing our cat and cow. So let's go ahead and drop our belly to the floor and take our eyes to the sky as we inhale. And round our spine, take our chin to chest as we exhale. Drop belly, inhale. And round that spine, exhale. And dropping that down. And rounding that up. And again, this time we're going to keep our belly dropped down into that cow. And you can breathe normally right here. And we're just going to rock it a little bit from side to side. Maybe shifting the weight in the hands. Maybe rocking those hips from side to side. Allowing that low back to stretch down. And allowing those hips, shoulders to stretch out a little bit here. Good. And from here, let's round our spine, take our chin to chest, opening that back, opening that spine, opening that rib cage, and again, shifting weight side to side, taking hips side to side, stretching through that. Maybe you feel that in your upper back, your shoulders, and your neck. And then let's bring that back nice and flat back to center. Let's take our right leg out, flex through our foot, reach through our right arm, or left arm. Let's go ahead and hold this out and balance it right here. And then from here, let's take elbow to knee, and we'll go for 6 times. So bring this in for 6, and reach. Here's 5, and reach. 4, and reach. Last 3, and reach. Last 2, and reach. And last one, let's hold this here. Now you can keep it here, or if you like, go ahead and bend at that knee, bottom of the foot facing the ceiling, and you can keep it here. Or if you like, you can shoot that arm back, because this is preparing you to work towards reaching for that foot. But doing whatever, or if you can reach for that foot, go ahead and take that there. Whatever your practice will let you do. Very slowly and controlled, let's lengthen back into that bird dog and release the arm, release the leg. Take it back into our first child's pose. Glutes towards those heels and reach through those arms, taking that down. You can have those heels together, knees apart, or you can have your knees together, whatever feels best for you, for your hips, to rest that this morning. Looking forward at our fingers, let's walk our fingers towards the front edge of the mat, grip that mat, and bring yourself back up onto all fours. Cat and cow again. Let's drop belly to the floor. Inhale. Round our spine. Exhale. Drop that belly. Inhale. And round that up. Exhale. And drop the belly. Inhale. And round that up. Exhale. Bring the back flat. Let's bring our left leg up this time. Flex through that foot. Reach through right arm. Holding our bird dog here. Finding our balance. Remembering always, if you need to, you can put your arm down. You're still getting that balance. Let's go ahead and take elbow to knee 6 times. So bring this in for 6. And reach. Here's 5. And reach. 4. And reach. 3. And reach. 2. And reach. And last one, let's reach and hold. So hold this here. Bending at our knee, bottom of the foot facing the ceiling. Reach that arm by your side, or again, reaching back for that foot, wherever your practice is going to take you today. And nice and strong. Lengthen through this, back into that bird dog. Release the arm, release the leg, child's pose, and take this back and hold it here. So keep it. Looking forward at our fingers, let's go ahead and walk our hands over to the right. Take that left hand, place it right on top of that right hand, and you'll get an extra stretch. Take that left glute to left heel, stretch through that. And then let's walk our hands over to the other side. Take that right hand right on top of that left hand, right glute to right heel. And bring this back to center. Bring ourselves up. Let's take our legs underneath us and we'll go onto our backs and we'll go into bridge. So we'll work on some bridge stuff and then we'll get into some sun salutations. So let's take block between the knees. This helps with our alignment. It also can help strengthening those inner thighs because you're having to squeeze that. So you're engaging all those low body muscles. So squeezing that block between those knees. Feet are lined up with our knees are lined up with our hips. Let's press through hands, through elbows, and through our triceps as we lift that pelvis towards the ceiling. Possibly taking those shoulders underneath you a little bit. Finding that alignment and squeezing through that block. Taking chin to chest and watching that belly lift and lower with your inhale and exhale. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Let's round our spine down to the floor, imprinting that. The pelvis gets down there to the floor. As soon as it touches, let's lift this back up into that strong bridge. And again, lower this down, one vertebrae at a time. Pelvis goes all the way down, and then lift this up. And then one more time, dropping this down, one vertebrae at a time. Pelvis goes down. Lift this up and hold. Squeeze through that block and use your breath. Let's hold it here for 4 deep breaths. So inhaling it deeply and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale. And as we exhale, let's slowly lower this all the way down to the floor and release that to the floor. Good. Release your block. Let's reach behind one knee. Go ahead and pull that into the chest. And then release. Take it to the other side. Pull that in. And again, each side, reach and pull that in. and pull this in. And then reach behind both, chin to chest, forehead to the knees, and release. You can use your block this time if you want, or you don't have to. Again, our feet are going to line up with our knees are going to line up with our hips. Pressing through hands, elbows, and triceps. Let's lift our pelvis back up. Maybe taking those feet a little bit closer to our glutes, but again, making sure that our hips are lined with our knees, so our knees aren't splaying out or going in. They're right in line with the ankles. Pressing through that. Let's center our hips and center our weight. Press through our right foot, lift that left leg. Now this may be where you want to stop and hold. If you'd like to go further, go ahead and take that ankle, place it onto right thigh, so left ankle, right thigh. And we're going to slowly lower pelvis down towards the floor. Take ourselves onto the floor, reach behind that right leg and pull that in. We will get a full hip stretch here. And then release that. Again, line our foot up with our knee, ankle with that knee. Press through hands, elbows, triceps. Lift our pelvis up towards the sky. Deep breath here. And exhale. And then gently, let's release that leg and press it back into the floor. So finding that full bridge, align yourself hips with knees, knees with ankles, centering our weight in our hips. This time let's take our weight into our left foot, but still centered. And when you're ready, lifting the right, you can keep it here, or if you'd like to go further, go ahead and take right ankle to left thigh, squeeze that up a little bit more, and then slowly lower this down one vertebrae at a time. Pelvis goes down last, and then let's reach behind left leg, pull that in. Wow. Nice hip stretch here. Gently release, line our foot up with our knee, ankle with knee, press through hands, elbows, triceps, and lifting that pelvis up. So again, finding the center here. And then go ahead and lift right leg and take it to the floor. Find your full bridge. Line your feet up with your knees with your hips, chin to chest, pressing through those arms so your whole body is working here. Inhaling deeply and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale. And as we exhale, let's slowly lower pelvis, low back to the floor and release. Good. Reach behind one knee, pull that in, and then behind the other. Again, reach behind and behind. Reach behind both, chin to chest, forehead to the knees. Make yourself into a little ball. And then release that. We're going to press ourselves up and go into reverse plank. So pressing through the heels of our feet and the heels of our hands. Hands can be facing towards your feet or away. It depends on what feels best for your wrists. So we're going to press with hands, press with heels, and lift our pelvis first towards the sky so that we open up our chest, lifting our pelvis up. So trying to lead with that pelvis instead of allowing it to sink. So kind of leading with that. And neck can be wherever feels comfortable, neutral. You can be looking forward or gently to the sky, but try not to let it hang back. Just don't want to mess with that neck or shoulders. Holding this here. Slowly and gently, let's release this down towards the floor. Pressing through heels, through elbows, through triceps, or through hands. Let's lift that pelvis up again, opening chest, pressing through those hands. You can feel that in your biceps. If this is too much for you, feel free to go to your elbows. You can always do that if your wrists are having issues. So lifting that up. And then gently, let's slowly drop this down. Simple cross leg. Sit this up, hinge this forward, shoulders away from ears. And release. Let's move it back to boat pose. So pressing through our heels, let's lean back. This is your first modification for boat pose. You can have your hands behind your knees or thighs, and you can hold this here. This will get your abdominals. Second modification is reaching out with those arms. Heels are still on the floor. Third modification is 1 foot, and then your last one is lifting. So wherever you feel like you need to go today. So lengthening through those arms, shoulders are away from our ears. Breathing deeply here. Gently release. Let's take our right leg, bring our right leg in, take our left leg out, and let's reach towards that left ankle, left shin, flex through that foot. Bring this back to center, boat pose again. So if you have one leg up, you're going to go ahead and take that other leg up, reach through our arms, shoulders down and away, and find what modification is going to work for you for the next few breaths. For your balance. And you can always straighten those legs as well, so it's up to you. Gently release, keep our left leg in front, and then hinge it forward and stretch over to that right side. Right shin, ankle, or thigh. Release. Let's bring our feet together, toes together, heels together. Sit this up nice and tall. You can either grab at your ankles or you can grab underneath your heels and shoulders down and away and lift this up. Good. Opening up inner thighs, stretching through that. And gently release. Good. Let's take our legs back underneath us and we'll move into our sun salutation. So if you're using blocks, go ahead and have those close to you for our sunset salute. And let's take our shoulders over our wrists. Our hips are right over our knees. Let's curl our toes under and let's lift with the tail first. So take the tail to the sky, keep our knees bent, and let's stretch through the spine first before we go any further. So lengthen up through that spine just like a cat or a dog. When they wake up in the morning, get that really good stretch, lift that up. And then let's begin to pedal our feet. And dropping both of our heels towards the floor. Tail is lifted high. Relax that head and neck. Maybe nod your head yes, or shake your head no. Lift up on our toes. Take our heels high. Let's drop both of our heels over to one side. And then bring this back up center and drop our heels over to the other side. And bring this back to center. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands till we're in a standing forward fold at the front edge of our mat. Feet want to be pretty close. You can even have those toes touching. And we're folded. If your hamstrings are tight, always feel free to bend at those knees. Want a nice fold here, and we'll stay in this forward fold, and we will ragdoll right here. So allowing our arms, our head, neck, everything to dangle. So we're kind of falling over towards those legs. Breathing deeply here. As you breathe, imagining that back rib cage just expanding with that breath so that you get as much air into those lungs as you can. Let's take opposite elbow with opposite hand, frame the head, and that upper body gets even heavier here. Nice forward fold. And then release. You've got those blocks in front of you. We're going to inhale into monkey. So hands either to the shins or to the blocks, looking forward, flattening through our back. Always feel free to bend those knees if you need to. And then release it into a forward fold. Let's inhale it into monkey again, flattening that back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky, nice and big. And let's exhale it around into chair. Good. Pressing through our feet. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale it to monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, around to chair. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Right foot is going to stay forward. Our left foot's going to go back into a lunge. So left hand can be on the floor or a block. And the block can be however high or low you want. And let's go ahead and do spinal twist towards the right, opening that up, breathing deeply into this. Bring this back to center, hands either to blocks or floor. Drop our back heel. Let's line our front heel up with our back arch. So right heel is lined up with that left back arch of the foot. Bring ourselves up, warrior one. Hips are squared forward, reaching up through our arms. A nice warrior one here. Breathing deep. Bring ourselves slowly back down into that lunge. Take our right foot back to meet our left foot to top of plank. Good, let's shift our weight forward. Drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Arms are going to be right by our torso. Slowly lower heart to the floor and then heart off of the floor, baby cobra. So just gently keeping that belly still on the floor, shoulders away from ears. Curl our toes, lift and press, downward facing dog. And breathe this here. This is your rest. Allowing this inversion to just renew you. Let's center through our weight and lift our right leg. So we've got our 3-leg down dog right here. Let's rotate one ankle, or rotate your right ankle, and rotate it the other way. Then we're going to do a little bit abdominal. So let's bring our right knee in towards our nose, and then lift this back up. Let's do that 2 more times. So bring that knee in towards the nose, and then lift this up. 1 more time, bring that knee into the nose, and then lift this up. And this time, let's bring our leg all the way back through. So bringing it through or walking it through, finding yourself back into our deep lunge, low lunge right here. And you can use hand up block or floor, and we're going to do our spinal twist once again over to the right. Bring this back to center. Using the floor or the blocks, we're going to move into modified warrior 3. So using that, bringing that up, and bring that back leg up. And then bring ourselves back into standing forward fold. Inhale it into monkey, flattening our back and looking forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale it around into chair. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale it into monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release, left foot forward, right foot goes back, lunge. Right hand on the block, whatever size you want, or the floor. And let's twist this over to the left. Breathing deeply. Bring this back to center. Drop our right heel. Let's line our left heel up with our right arch. And then press up through ourselves into warrior 1, squaring our hips forward. Staying here in a nice strong warrior 1. Good, breathing in deeply. And then gently bring ourselves down to that low lunge. Take our left foot back to meet our right foot to top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Slowly take heart to the floor. Heart lifts up off of the floor. Curl our toes. Lift and press, downward facing dog, and breathe. Center our weight, lift our left leg, so 3-leg down dog. Rotate that ankle, and rotate it the other way. Let's get a little core work in. So let's bring that left knee into nose and then lift this up. And again, bring that in and lift this up. Bring that in and lift this up. And this time let's bring our leg all the way through, back into that low lunge. Hand on floor or block, and spinal twist it once again to the left. And breathe. Bring ourselves back to center. Using floor or blocks, center that weight and lift ourselves up. Modified warrior 3. And bring that forward, standing forward fold. Good. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Take it around into chair. Lift that up. Dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Right foot forward, left foot goes back, lunge. Drop our back heel. Line that foot up and let's take ourselves up into warrior 1 once again. Reach up through this. Breathing deeply. From our warrior 1, let's open warrior 2, proud warrior. Centering our weight. Front knee is going to go over that, toward that baby toe. Drop our back arm. Palm up and reach through this reverse warrior. Straighten through our leg. Take our hips, shift them to the back, and then take ourselves down, triangle. So hand can be to the shin or to the block. Pressing pelvis forward, thinking about that rib cage twisting open, just like we did in our warm-up. And then go ahead and turn ourselves, take ourselves down, back into that lunge. Take our right foot back to meet our left foot into top of plank. Go ahead and shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog, and breathe. Walk both of our feet to meet our hands. Let's take it to standing forward fold at the front edge of the mat. Inhale into monkey, flattening that back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around into chair. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening that back, looking forward. Exhale and release, left foot forward, right foot back into that nice lunge. Let's drop our right heel, line ourselves up for warrior 1, and bring ourselves up right there for warrior 1. Pelvis is forward, lengthening up through this. Very good. Breathe. Open this up. Proud warrior. Knee goes over towards that baby toe. Relax your face. Drop our back arm, palm up, reach through reverse warrior. Lengthen up through that. Straightening through that front leg, shifting our hips back, and take ourselves down into triangle. Hand can be to shin or to block. And think about twisting ribcage open towards the ceiling. And then from here, let's go ahead and cartwheel our arms down, back into that lunge. Take our left foot back to meet right foot to top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl the toes. Heart goes slowly to the floor, heart lifts up off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog, and breathe. Walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold. Once we get into that forward fold, let's inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, arms into cactus. So we'll take this cactus arm, squeezing shoulder blades. Good. Inhale and lift this up. Dive it down and over. Inhale into monkey, flattening back, looking forward. Exhale, release both feet back to top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Heart goes to floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog, and breathe. Walk our feet to meet hands, standing forward fold. So one more time like that. Let's inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. Good, inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening that back, looking forward. Exhale, release both feet back to top of plank. Shift our weight, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Slowly take heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes, lift it up, press downward facing dog, and breathe. We're gonna move into pigeon, so let's go ahead and center our weight. Lift our right leg up, bend at our knee, and drop our heel over towards our left glute. So stretching and opening this here. From here, bring our bent knee back to center. And let's sweep this through, taking this down into pigeon. Feel free to use support under your hip if your hip won't open. So you can use a block here or a pillow or a blanket underneath that other hip, either on the hands, on the elbows, or all the way down on the floor. But remembering you want to do the same thing on both sides. So when we go to the other side, you'll want to go to the same place with your arms, shoulders away from ears. Really stretch through this hip. Breathe it deep. Let's press ourselves up so we're halfway, and let's bend at that back knee. So you can keep this here, or if you want more of a stretch, you can reach back for that left foot. Good. And then gently release. Let's curl that toe under, press ourselves back up into downward facing dog, and breathe this here. So get yourself a little bit of rest in our down dog. Center our weight. Let's go ahead and lift our left leg this time, bend at our knee, and drop our heel over towards right glute. So opening that hip. Bring our knee back to center. Let's sweep our knee through. Take this into a stretch. And again, if you need a blanket or a pillow there, go ahead and use that. Either on hands, elbows, or all the way down onto the floor, but remembering to do the same thing on each side. We want everything balanced. So don't want to be stronger on one side or more flexible on one side. We want it to be nice and centered so we don't get any injuries. Breathing it deeply. Pressing ourselves up. Let's go ahead and reach back, or you don't have to. You can bend at that back leg and keep that there. Or if you'd like to go a little further, you can reach back for the toe, or the front of the foot, or the ankle. And gently release that. Curl our toe under. Let's press ourselves back up, downward facing dog, and breathe it here. Drop both of our knees to the floor. Take ourselves back into child's pose. On our child's pose, let's take our arms by our sides with our palms facing up. Let our elbows drop open off to the side as that back rib cage relaxes. It's kind of like a little turtle right here. Bring our hands by our knees. Let's press ourselves up. Take our legs out from underneath us. Let's lay onto our backs. So we'll lay all the way back. And you can bring your knees in. So kind of releasing that low back. Bring those knees in. Place the hands gently on the kneecaps. And let's make some circles with the big toes and with the knees. So circling that, kind of getting a little massage for that low back. And then circle the other way. Good, bring this back to center. Let's drop both of our knees over to one side. Take those arms out into that nice T. And you can look the other way, so look away from your legs if it's available to you. If you'd like, you can even take that top leg and let that straighten out a little bit. So whatever feels best for you in this nice twist. As you're in this twist, and as you're beginning to relax into it, recognize maybe where you're feeling this at. Maybe shoulders, maybe low back, maybe middle back, maybe upper back, maybe those legs, maybe that neck. But just becoming aware, not trying to fix or panic about it, just awareness of maybe where you're feeling this at. And then let's slowly bring our legs back to center, and you can keep those legs up. Let's drop both of our knees over to the other side. So dropping that over, and again, you can take that top leg and straighten that. Or looking away from this. And again, while you're on this side, recognizing how you feel on this side. And this side may feel completely different than the other side. It's just a nice thing to be curious about. Again, not trying to fix it or panic. Just recognize and allow your breath to move through your body to help relax your muscles. Relax those tight spaces. Bring ourselves back to center. You can drop those feet to the floor. We're going to press through our heels towards one end of the room, reach through our fingers. So we're moving into final relaxation. So grab whatever you need for your final relaxation. If you use blankets or pillows or an eye pillow, reaching through our arms, lengthening through this, add an inch or two to your height. Lift that low back up off of the floor. Fill up your lungs so that they're floating, lifting your body up towards the ceiling. Really stretch through this. Maybe wiggle your toes, maybe wiggle your fingers. Really stretch, stretch, stretch. And when you are ready to begin to relax, begin exhaling and allowing that body to sink as the air is leaving the body. And then maybe as you've been quieting, imagining that you are floating above your body and looking down onto your body. So let your feet fall open, or if you have your knees bent and low back into the floor, whatever feels best for you, maybe knees together, feet apart. But looking at yourself and scanning from your toes to your ankles, to your shins, calves, to those knees, to the front thighs, the back thighs, the glutes, the pelvis, and the belly. Let that belly button fall back towards your spine as your spine sinks into the floor. Relax rib cage and chest. Relax those arms and hands. Relax the shoulders, upper chest, neck. Release the jaw. Relax the face and the eyes. Let the eyes fall back to the back of your skull and relax your scalp. So as you have scanned through that, maybe taking a second to recognize what you're feeling in your body and maybe where you're feeling it at. Are there any hot spots, any tension, any tightness, or do you feel really good in certain places? That the poses we did just stretched and opened everything up, allowing yourself to sink into the knowledge that your body worked hard and that it deserves this rest, this relaxation, this quiet. Let's slowly begin to bring the body back to the present, bring the mind back to the present. Maybe bending at those knees if they're not already bent and dropping them slowly over to one side. Maybe taking yourself on your side into the fetal position. And then gently and safely, maybe pressing yourself up. And again, finding a seated form that feels most comfortable for you. Beginning to bring yourself back to the present. And beginning to bring the body back to the present, bring the mind back to the present, bringing your senses back, maybe grounding a little bit more. And also recognizing what you've done for your body today and allowing yourself to absorb that self-care and what a good job that you've done. So maybe sitting it up a little bit taller than before, crown of the head lifting towards the ceiling. Let's go ahead and inhale and sweep our arms up towards the sky. Bring our palms together and drop our hands down in front of our heart. Eyes follow our fingers as we take our chin to chest. Let's go ahead and lift that head center. Taking our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth and thoughts of love, thoughts that are kind and thoughts that are pure, thoughts that encourage and uplift, and do not discourage or tear down. Take fingers to the lips. As we leave today and speak with others, let us speak words of love and words of truth, words that encourage and uplift and do not discourage or tear down. And take hands to heart. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love, and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply. And deep exhale. And namaste. Thank you guys for joining me. Remember that you are seen, you are heard, you are important, and you are valuable. You have a voice and you have a choice. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.